Welcome back to Cards and Comics, guys. Today I have another 90s box break, and this time we're doing 1996 Leaf. This is Donner, so it's really Leaf. So I just did a couple of, maybe a week or so ago, the 93 set. The 93 set was really the dawn, the beginning of modern 90s cards with some inserts and some, I think, autographs were in there. Now, what did Donruss or Leaf learn in the 3 years since? Well, in all honesty, not much. There are inserts. They are numbered, but they're not very low numbered, and they didn't really put a lot of effort into some of the design. Now, there are some really cool designs in here. Statistical Standouts is one of them. But in general, if I was going to give, again, my overall, excitement meter for this product, I would rate it 5 or 6. I think it's a very mediocre product from the 90s. I would give it that 5 or 6 rating. Going in, and we'll see if it changes after I, open it. Now, before I start the video, I will go through and go through some of the inserts and rarity and just kind of what the sets are. We're back, and let's get the box break going, guys. It should be fun. And again, the one thing about these box breaks, even if I'm not as excited about the product as I am other products, like I was 98 Fleer Retro, which that box was pretty awesome. If you want to check out a cool video, check that one out. And I'm having a hard time just opening it. The good thing is that it all goes towards my box break or my 90s box counts of 500 plus boxes from the 90s I'm trying to open. So at least I get to check a check mark off of that list, because again, I'm out to like 57, 58 boxes. I'm literally 10% there, so I'm not even like that far over 10%. So there. The one thing about the box, I would say, is that it is, I think the term for it's like craft paper. It's like almost like a canvas-like finish. It's rough. It's not glossy. It's a die cut with Frank Thomas, and so I'm thinking that you're supposed to pull it out. This is like, let's see, there we go. So it had a sleeve over the main box, so kind of overwrap and a sleeve. So pretty expensive packaging for the time. Pretty slick. So, and then you're popping this thing up and then putting this in the back. And so very well designed from our buddies Leaf what this product looked like on the shelf. There's the packs. I'm going to do the kind of bend test. Doesn't appear to be bendy, hard to separate the cards, so that means that they're probably not very sticky. And again, the hardest card in here to get was that 1 and 210. I think this just will stand out. So I think they're numbered at 2,500. But when I record that part and put it at the beginning of this part, it'll sound very confusing for y'all. All right, so here we go. Base card design. Now there's artist proofs in here that are numbered below 250 or out of. I think they say they're out of. So anyway, we'll zoom in a little bit to get a better look at the cards. And let's see, now the foil board. So that's the first thing. And honestly, so I'm going to pull up that card from the 93 set. And we'll put it side by side to see how the design got better or worse. Now, honestly, the 93 design looks cleaner. You can read the player's name, even if it's in gold foil, and you got that gold foil there. The 96, you have to really get it in the light. You got a little bit of stamping here, but not much. And then if you look on the back, you have a very ugly looking like CGI or computer graphic here. And you got an actual picture of the city. So from 93 to 96, I would say that design has gone down. Like, this card is much nicer than this card. So from that perspective, I'm not really excited too much about the base. But let's go through here. And see if we get some cool inserts. But there's Johnny, like early Johnny Damon. So, I mean, it is what it is. And I think this is where, oh, there's Frank Thomas right off the bat. So we hit Frank. Again, the card I just showed you was Frank. So we can, again, do the side-by-side 93 versus 96. And I still think the 93 set wins. You know, it's just they had a good design in 93. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It happens that way in Topps as well. Sometimes Topps cards are ugly one year and nice the next. And it's nothing against, you know, that design as far as like it wasn't trying to compete, but, you know, people compare. I like this year. I don't like that year. Here we go. We got a base Frank Thomas. That's cool. All right. Jose Mesa. Card flip. Kurt Abbott. Try to get the center of the camera. Brett Butler. Hard to read the names, honestly. Dean Palmer. Darren Dalton. And Mike Lansing. So, that's pack one. We'll go faster now that we open pack one. It is hobby, and it says it right on the front, so we know what we're getting. Like, sometimes Topps, you really have to guess. You have to look at the formats, the number of packs. There's a lot, you know, what it says on the front of the box. There's a lot of little tails that Topps has. Make it a little harder, honestly. All right, there's Denny Nagel from the Pirates. Okay. So we'll just keep kind of going through these a little faster. It's really hard to see their name, and you just got to kind of flash it. If I see a cool card, I'll stop. There's Ivan Rodriguez. Pudge. It's our first insert, guys. We'll see who it is. It's on the back. Let's see what it is. John Olerud. Move the camera down just a little bit. I don't want to hold my hands in weird spots. Hayes, Avery, Biggio, Return. Who is? Oh, it's a Frank Thomas. Oh man, it is cool. Picture perfect. These are made out of wood. Ah, very cool. And numbered out of 5,000. There you go. Wow. I think this is one of the 210 inserts. Numbered out of 210. Sorry, one in every 210 packs. 5,000. I think there is. The statistical standouts are 2,500, but this is probably your number 2 hit in the product right here. And we got the Frank Thomas, which is sweet. And these cards normally curl like crazy because of the different, you know, you got this paper material and this kind of wood material, and not the same material, so they're going to shrink at different rates. If you go to the old material science side of it, it's always a problem, these kind of cards, when you make cards out of multiple different types of materials. But there you go. That is pretty cool. All right. Box has already gone up a couple points in coolness right there. Frank Thomas, picture perfect, numbered out of 5,000. Wow. All right. Well, it's a definitely, and you gotta remember, Frank Thomas was a Donruss spokesperson. That's why he's on so much of these products from this time period. And I think he was basically on almost every Leaf product from 93 on. So he was really all over the place from a Donruss Leaf perspective. So, all right. Well, that was cool. If I go over someone's favorite player, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get through this. You know, it's so hard to read these names. You almost want to put them on the back. Now, I wanting to look because there are artist proofs that, you know, come out of here. I think they have like a little die cut, so I think they're pretty obvious. But that's Randy Johnson. Oh, here is something. Derek Jeter in his gold Leaf rookie. Okay. Let's see if they numbered these, or if they're actually an insert or just a base card. Nope, just a base card. So there's Mr. Jeter. Card number 211, I think. 211. So that's pretty cool. I mean, look. You know, it's a shiny foil Jeter card. I'm sure it's worth $1 in today's market, but you know, from the 90s, this card still would have been very cool to have this card. So there we go. There is a Derek Jeter gold Leaf rookie non-insert, I think. just a base card. Oh well. Some years they were inserts, some years they weren't. Consistency wasn't Donruss's big strong point back in the day. All right. Barry Larkin. Cut that part out. Johnny Damon. Carl Everett. Still recovering from a cold, guys. I'm sorry. Frank Thomas. Another Frank. Second Frank Thomas. MVP. All-Star. 9 of 20. And we got Mr. Dante Bichette. Kind of a basic looking card. I mean, foil on it, but no die cuts. Nothing cool. I mean, the wood card is cool. I got to give him credit for that card. That card was cool. And there was a rash of those cards. Topps made some wood cards. I mean, there was I think Leaf made maybe the most. Honestly, Leaf made the most of those wood cards. But we had seen something like that, I think, once or twice before. So it was just cool to see that card pulled. And then the next insert was just kind of, a standard, more basic insert. The MVP card. Okay. All right. Keep going. So we've hit a couple inserts, a couple Frank Thomas cards. So overall, it's looking pretty good. This pack feels kind of thick. I don't know. Easy to open. We'll see if it's just an extra card or there's something cool in here. Not sure they were doing fat packs and these bonus packs back in those days. Edgar Martinez. I'm always wondering, is this... I think it's a single series product too, so I'm not sure this is series 1. I think it's just single series. Okay. Another Goldie Figures Jason Schmidt. Number 213, so definitely a base card for that Jeter. God, this is like the third Jose Mesa we've hit. I kid you not. I kid you not. We found our new Nolan Ryan. Remember for the 93 box, we had tons of Nolan Ryan, which was cool. But now we've got our Jose Mesa count going on right now. So there's one Jose Mesa. I'm sure I think there's 3. I know I've been going through these a little fast, but there's 2. We're like 5 or 6 packs in. Okay, I mean, this is not like, 2/3 of the way through the box. We've hit 2 Jose Mesas. That would have been kind of normal, but we're like 6 packs in, and I think we're on our 3rd Jose Mesa. So we're going to be teeing up how many Jose Mesas we're getting, because I'm pretty sure there's another one in here somewhere. I'm kind of sure. Maybe not as sure as I thought I was. There he is. All right, 3 Jose Mesas in the first like 6 or 7 packs. So we're on Jose Mesa watch right now. All right. 3 Jose Mesas, 2 Frank Thomases. Who's going to win? Who's going to win the race? They're going to be just no more of each. We're going to get more. Interesting. I definitely want the Frank to win. As a kid and today, I would want the Frank to win. There's another Edgar Martinez. So 2 of those. Tom Glavine. Luis Gonzalez. Oops. Yeah, these are just, I know I'm not flipping them all over. It's just so hard. David Justice. I love the actor and how they portrayed him in the movie Moneyball. I think it was the closest thing I think in that movie. Because that movie, I mean, I don't know, like how you view Moneyball today versus how it was then. I think it did a good job of bringing attention to statistics. I think it did a poor job of portraying like someone that's counting cards at the casino by doing it. Remember they never won anything. And they won the most wins in a row for an American League team or something like that, which is kind of like, not a real thing. It's not really an award. It's just like, oh, okay, you did something that is hard, I guess, but you don't get a trophy for it. For the end of the year, you don't like get to hang a banner, right? Maybe they did hang a banner. That would be fun if they did hang a banner for that. I'm not even sure they did or not. Jeff Sapon, Jay Bell, Gruzelanek, Jim Thome, Quentin McCracken. All right. We haven't hit an insert in a while, so we are on the like. I remember Ramon Martinez was at one point a better or more hot rookie than his brother, Pedro. It's very interesting. I think Ramon had a pretty good season. I think he got hurt or something, but he was a pretty good pitcher. I remember he won like 12 or 13 games, maybe his first or second year, and then kind of like got hurt or whatever. But he was a hot rookie. He was in a few like 92 Donners rookie set, and he was kind of like a chase guy for a little bit. All right, Bobby Thompson, Kenny Lofton, Higginson. Oh, here's another MVP. And this is MVP contenders, so this is kind of interesting where they maybe got the idea for the name contenders for a product. And we've got Tim Salmon. Yeah, I'm sure there's people in their seats right now. All 20 people that are going to watch this day one, they're going to be like, "Oh my god, you can't even talk." Yeah, I know, I can't talk. It's been a trying time. There's a man ram. It's a trying time for me with my health going downhill faster than I can open my packs of cards. Yeah, it's like getting sick around at my age. I don't look it maybe, but getting close to 50 years old. It's sad. And it feels like you get sick now and it just never goes away. You just get sick and you're just like, you're going to get kind of better, but you're kind of not going to get better. And you'll just kind of be that way for a while. That's what you get when you get old. All right. So, leaf in there. Everything's flipped. Fun. They definitely did not make these products for breakers. This is a Jeff Sapon and a J Bell. Just tons of doubles. I mean, this is what I remember hating about opening products back in the day. It's just all the doubles. Trying to make, and again, I was trying to make sets. I was one of those kids that were like, if you put the whole set together, it's worth something. If you just got, a bunch of random cards and they're just random cards, But if they're a set, you can actually, sell them as a set, That was my thought. And I was proven very, very, very wrong. No one cares about sets back then and today. I mean, honestly, no one really was like, oh, I got to have a set of 96 Leaf. It's just burning a hole in my pocket. The money I want to spend on a full set of this stuff. And I think that's the one thing that this is, I mean, the one thing that people don't talk about, I think, with the insert mania was inserts truly killed base cards. They just did. It's just a matter of fact. No one would want to put whole sets together anymore because, I mean, let's face it, you're going to have to open 4 or 5 boxes of most products to get a set. And at the end of the day, no one cares about that set. And then you're just like, but if you pull, a cool insert of someone or a hard to get card, then that's worth, some money. And even back then, some of the stuff was pretty expensive comparatively. So it's like, why would I want to keep opening just to put a set together when I can, get the rookie or the inserts and the rookies, and that's where the real money's at. And that's really what happened. It became inserts and rookies. Base card set building just died. I remember talking to a dealer at a show once, and he had all these like base sets, I think it was around 94, 95. And I'm like, wow, like, is all you do base sets? He's like, no, I did this. I thought I have every, base set, made of baseball cards made from 1952 to now. And, in a lot of years I have multiples, and then I just kind of quit doing it because it so many sets now, so many manufacturers. I just kind of quit doing it. And I think, that's what happened was you had, it's kind of the evolution we're seeing today. It's like we had a whole generation of set builders who, the only real value of the cards back in those days was to put a whole set together, unless it was a rookie, right? So, you could get rookies, and if and then you put the set together, and then you would sell the set. And if it had a cool rookie in it, you sell the cool rookie in the set, and you got a premium for the set. And the hobby, around 92, 93 really crushed those guys. The last set I really remember that people were excited about was 92 Bowman, as far as just putting the full set together. I remember we ended up going to a Walmart one day after, we were out shopping, and my dad noticed there was a bunch of MVP. Here we go, Frank Thomas. Look at that, man. This is the 5th Frank Thomas card we've hit. It's a Frank Thomas box, which is great. Love getting the Frank Thomas. MVP cards are not hard to get. Maybe 1 and 8, something like that. There we go. Frank Thomas. MVP. So my dad noticed that because baseball cards back then, I remember, were close to the checkout counter. And sorry, I'm saying a lot. And as we were getting ready to check out, he noticed that there was 92 Bowman. And this was we knew 92 Bowman had already kind of blown up. And this is a common story you'll hear in the hobby is evidently Topps had either another round of printing, or they had product that had never been shipped, and so they sold it to Walmart, a ton of these products. And there's it's just the leftover. It's what is going on? And I think, or maybe in the rack packs, I think it was the rack packs, and they were delayed in shipment or something. But anyway, there is a story out there about why these kind of hit so late, and everything else was kind of already, and people thought everything was short printed and all this stuff. And then all these Walmart packs hit. We put together 2 full sets, because you got to remember, I'm paying Walmart prices for 92 Bowman. It had already skyrocketed in price for a retail box, so we had given up the trying to get open up boxes from the card stores and card shows, and we put together 2 full sets. I remember we go to Pryor, Oklahoma to set up at a show for the first time ever as a dealer, me and my dad. I was still in high school, and we sold both of those sets for $350 each. We made $700 on 92 Bowman sets back in 1992 into 93. Had the gold cards. I mean, it was a full set. Had the rookie cards. At the time, I mean, the big rookie card wasn't Mo Vaughn. I mean, there was David Need, a bunch of guys. It was not just one rookie at the beginning, and then it became pretty much a Mariano Rivera centric set. Even though I think the Frank Thomas gold card is still a pretty cool card. In fact, that's something I want to get in a PSA 10, just because I remember that was such a big card for a while. I mean, it was I think a $60, $80, $100 card at one point. Oh man, Lyle Mouton, you've tricked me. Thought you were Frank Thomas. All right. So yeah, but that was my first real experience setting up at a show. You gotta remember, everyone at the show had vintage cards and 80s cards and hot rookies and some new stuff. But we were the only ones walking around. That's the second Piazza we've had in a while, with complete sets of 92 Bowman. When it was scorching hot, it was in the Beckett, hot list. The Frank Thomas Gold card was a massive card. You had all these rookies that were popping off in that set, just being hot. And so yeah, I mean, I think within the first 20 minutes, we had sold one set to a dealer, and then a collector walking by, got the second. And I was pretty sad because we had talked about just selling one set. We're going to keep one and sell the other, but it became the room as these card shops, cards not as griffy. If you've ever been to a card show, the dealers start talking to each other, And it became well known pretty quickly that there was another complete set, that this guy had bought one, and then he was telling everyone there was another one that we didn't have on our table yet, and we started having people kicking the tires on it, and we wouldn't come down off the price, because we wanted to keep it. And finally, I guess a collector who'd heard about it came by and gave us full price, because he was like, yeah, I don't want to have to try to build this on my own. It was a huge set. I mean, I think that says like 700 cards or something, I think. It's a massive set. It's a huge set. So it's not only like just a great set with a lot of cool cards, it is extraordinarily big to try to actually put together. So it was, yeah. And then we sold some other cards, but that was the big one. Like, you got to remember, like $700 in 1993. I mean that's what, like $2,000 or $3,000 in today's money. There's a second Griffey. Looks like they're all close to each other if they're going to get a back-to-back one. 3 or 4 times what it probably is today. I don't know, 2 times. But I mean, if you think about it, like, I mean, that's like, like taking a couple of, retail, I think like $1.99 or dollar packs, putting together some sets, and then going to selling them. I mean, that was like, okay, you can do this. This is like, you can make money at flipping cards, and then, obviously, it's hard to repeat that success again, right? That's like the perfect storm for a flipper. And I think about it now, it's like, well, that's exactly what the retail guys are trying to do, right? Run into a store, find some prism packs and get lucky and pull something massive. And it's like chasing the dragon after that, because what they do every year, Topps overprinted 92, or sorry, 93 to some extent. Even though you had a Jeter rookie that was arguably a much better rookie than okay, well, definitely a good rookie. Like, I'm not gonna say he's that much better than Mo Vaughn, but he was definitely, I think a lot of people would say, more valuable. Oh, there is. Oh, darn it! I thought this was like, I thought we hit something. Look at that, all shiny and cool. And it just says he's traded. Boo. I like the card though. It's kind of cool looking card. I like they did that, highlighted it, but yeah, I thought we hit one of the artist proofs. Oh, well, okay. I was gonna say those cards. I'm like, there's a bunch of Jose Mesa. No, that's the stack of Jose Mesa I put up there. There's Greg Maddux. So yeah, it's been like this in the hobby for a while, but chasing, the hits and the dragon, all the cool stuff, and then you never really, a lot of times you never go back to that first really good, that first kind of lucky event. You can't really repeat it, and either you give up, like a lot of people did in the 2002 time frame, and we're in it to win it, and then all of a sudden it got hard and everyone's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm out. Sports cards, it's not enough. Too hard. Not enough. Canseco. There's Carlos. There's your Canseco. Not enough liquidity and too much volatility for a lot of folks in this market. And I understand it. If you're from a certain type of investing strategy, sports cards are either super risky or super lame. And for a Bitcoin guy, you probably think this is like boring, or not enough action, not enough volatility, and you get some folks coming in from different areas of investing. I mean, I think like art guys would look at this as like, just like, what is going on? Even though we know in art there's a lot of forgeries, a lot of fake stuff out there too, but just kind of the market like going up 10 times and then going back down. And I know the art world had some similar issues, but yeah. Very, unsettling if you were trying to say this is a stable, place to put your money. So we've hit a bit of a lull after hitting a very cool Frank Thomas card. And this is honestly what I remember in the 90s. Boxes drawing dead after 1 or 2 cards, where you're just like, oh, well, we did it. We hit our one good card in a box, and now we're drawing dead. It's kind of like 96 and 97 finest, especially 96 finest. There's one guaranteed gold card in a box, and once you hit it, you're getting probably base cards or silver cards at best, right? No more golds for you. Now, I do think, from what I remember, if you hit the gold refractor, you can still get a base gold. So, it doesn't discount you from getting your 1 gold per box. It's kind of a bonus set. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I remember opening either first or second pack, hitting the gold card. I'm like, well, this video is going to have no views past the 1 minute mark. Because everyone knows, you pull that one card, you're most likely drawing dead. You're going to get, a couple of refractors. But you're not going to get, if the gold card is someone who sucks, it's just, you're not going to get another one. There's Pedro. Talking about him earlier. Yeah, another Barry Bonds. So we get quite a few Barry Bonds here. Nothing. Another Griffey. So a lot of cool base cards. So some of the guys we like. Yeah, I plan on taking these Griffey cards like this. So I'm sleeving them up is to have a box at some shows I'm going to set up at this year, just full of 90s Griffies, even if they're base cards. I think another Greg Max. A lot of Greg Max cards in here too. I think there's going to be a market for that, of people just wanting 90s cards, and specifically Griffey, Thomas, Jeter, the guys everyone was chasing today, and even back then. Yeah, so we're starting to lose, like the first card of the pack now is getting sticky to the, which I'm not sure. Yeah, you can peel it off. It does kind of damage the card. You can see it. So it's almost like a wax pack stain now. We're seeing. That traded card down there, that Dennis Eckersley card, is starting to confound me a little bit. There's 2 cards of the same guy back to back. Yeah. Olivia Veras. Eric Young. Jeff Montgomery. And I'm wondering if that is a AP card. See how shiny it is? It's got to be something. I don't know. Normally they say what they are on the front. Yeah, they're not trying to trick you. So these cards have definitely been in some moisture environments. So Ruben Rivera. Because of just how sticky the cards are, and the pack sticking. That's a great telltale sign. The Onoma. 2 Alex Fernandez's back to back. Very common correlation issues here for our buddies at Donners. All right, 4 more packs. I know, trying to get it done. Oh, are we going to hit anything else? We're going to hit an AP, or is that card down there RAP? The Eckersley? I don't know. We'll see. All right, Caminiti. These cards in these last packs are stuck and sticky. So they're not as fun as the earlier packs. And there's an Ozzy. Another Ozzy. We're getting doubles in every pack now. Another Mark McGwire. Oh, I'm sorry. We had 5 packs. Now we're down to 4. These last packs are kind of like You know, is there any more inserts? Did we just get that one pretty cool one and we're just done, or are we going to get something else? Come on, guys. Come on. It probably cannot be this dead. It's going to have something else in it, right? Right? Where's my backup course? All right, there's a Deion Sanders. All right, so this one's definitely different. I think. Yeah, it is different. So, okay. Does it say anything on the back about what this card is? This one doesn't say traded. So, I don't know. Maybe those are the artist proofs. You know? We'll look at them a little closer in a second, but I don't, they are different. They're shiny, and the rest of the set isn't. Makes you kind of wonder, like, what would they done the whole set shiny? That would have been cool, right? Instead of trying to duplicate Topps, just make everything shiny. And I'm just surprised Topps hasn't done that yet. Made a set where every card's a refractor, and then, like, you have to get the super fractor or something to make it different. But every card's a refractor. I'm surprised that hasn't been done yet. Honestly. They've done everything else. Pennant, so it's like, oh, you get 5 cards in the pack and every card's a refractor. But you only get the rare refractors once per box. So you'll get 300, base copy refractors. Maybe only one cool one. Okay. Oh, nothing. Then you can see a bunch of Colorado guys running around. Jeff King. King of all traders. Left the Pirates. Went, I believe, to Atlanta. And, they end up beating the Pirates. And they never hit the World Series. Still pretty bitter. Last pack, guys. Ooh, it's been a journey. Not all great, but we're done. And I'll give you my final rating here in a minute. It changed from that 5.5 at the beginning, between a 5 and a 6 to now. This pack is really not it from a pack perspective, and half of it just fell on the ground. Obviously, I'm not as careful with these products as other, more, say, like, better products that are out there, right? Here we go. Tavares, Ashby, Buhner with some foil on him, Edmonds, Cordova. I got a big pile of cards here about to crash into me. It's my first A-Rod. And Cream Gracie. That's the first A-Rod. That would have been a pretty cool hit back in those days. All right. So I think these two cards are probably our artist proofs. But I don't know how you would tell. It'd be nice if there was something on them. I'm looking right now as close as I can. I don't see anything, so I don't know. We'll see. Those two cards are shiny, so I think they're the artist proofs. Griffey, we had 1, 2, 3 Griffey base cards, MVPs. Got 3 of those. 1 Jeter card, and 2 base Thomases, 3 base Griffeys, 3 MVPs. So we got Frank Thomas as 1. We've got Tim Salmon and Dante Bichette, all very good players. Top rookie, Derek Jeter. Coolest card in the set, in the box to me was definitely this card, the Frank Thomas Picture Perfect on the wood type material. There you go. Never got a 5,000. Let me know what you think. But that's it, guys. And overall ratings again. I mean, I hit the this one card, and I would bump it up to a 6. Still middle of the road, and in all honesty, if I hadn't got this, my experience is a 6 because it was a lot of boring with one great card. overall, still rating for the product is like a 5. You know, you may get one of these cards, a box. You may not. If you don't, there's nothing else in here really to really drive, you know, your purchase. So just one of those products that doesn't have enough really to be considered good enough in today's world for what we want products to look like. And then later on in 97, 98, 99, you see tons and tons of better products than this. So Leaf was definitely struggling at this point. So my final rating I'm going to give it a 5. My personal experience, 5.5, because I pulled the cool Frank Thomas. Or I give it a 6. So I start out with a 5.5. I'm going to downgrade it to a 5 overall. My personal experience is closer to a 6 because I pulled a cool card. So that's my rating. Let me know what you think about the product in the comments and what you're reading, and I'll see you next time on Cards and Comics. Bye.